actually do this time. So, I guess welcome to episode 1 of Girls in the Paddock. This is going to be an adventure. Who fucking knows what's going to happen?
I got so stage right. I was like, just start with introductions. I'm Georgia.
I'm Lara.
I don't know if you want me to introduce you or not.
Like, no, I was like...
Well, this is going to take a lot of effort.
Yeah, okay. Look, bear with us. We are troubleshooting this.
We've attempted to do like 30 different Twitch streams and gotten nowhere. Like it's been physically
Twitch.
Painful. So
yeah, like because we live in very different places. Like we live like 2 hours away from each other.
Yeah,
so
forced to
let's do
here.
a Twitch stream to like sort things out.
And it is so
and
much
Twitch
harder.
just said no.
Yes,
Twitch
so
just fucking
much
said
harder
no
than you would ever expect. But yes, welcome. So as Lara said, this is Girls in the Paddock. We're gonna be talking about all of our favourite things about F1
Formula
sort of
1,
thing.
like
looking a bit into F2 and F3 as well. We're both quite into that.
Yeah.
Doing race debriefs with you guys, giving our inputs and just doing some fun little
all of our input
sort of things along the way. Like
all of our input is fact, by the way. Like none of it's like
we are
none of it's opinion. Like we are like factual at all times.
Very, very.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess. How did you get into F1?
Well, my partner actually got me into it a couple of years ago. My dad was always into it when I was younger, but I never really was fully into it. Like would watch it, not much. It was more, always the Ferraris, Dad, Michael Schumacher, that kind of stuff. And Dad always being really into it. And then probably a few years ago, my partner was like, just watch it. Like, it's not that bad. I was like, no, I think it's bad. I just don't know if I want to, wake up at 2 a.m. to watch this. But ever since, I've been obsessed with it. I went to my first GP this year, which was awesome. We went to the same one, Aus GP.
Very exciting.
And I asked Lara if she'd want to sit down and talk about this with me every other week because we seem to have a lot in common, and especially with F1 and personality-wise. So we're going to give this a go. And we've got a lot of things planned, so we're really excited, both of us.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be fun chaos.
Yeah, so what about yourself? How did you get into F1?
Similar situation. Like my dad always watched it when I was growing
up. It's always the dads.
It is the dads.
It's like the dads.
You can't tell me that your dad didn't get you into F1. Like
yeah, no. And my dad can't stand Drive to Survive. It's I feel like he's such an old man kind of one of those fans.
Yeah.
And I'll get over it.
I think my dad hasn't watched Drive to Survive, but I don't think he would be against it.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, Dad, watch all the drama. It's so funny.
My mum loved it for the drama. Like she watched it for the first time the other week, and every 30 seconds she was just, oh my gosh.
Like my dad always watched it while I was growing up. My earliest memory was Daniel Ricciardo, so always been Daniel Ricciardo wherever he goes. Red Bull, Renault, McLaren.
She also knows his address, bit of a Charles Leclerc situation. She does know his address and is stalking Danny Rick. If you haven't picked up on that.
I will be showing up at his house
at his apartment
fairly soon.
Yeah, expecting,
I know he's currently in Perth with Scotty, so maybe I
think
just
they're back in London.
Scotty's
back in London. Yeah, I did see
because they posted the other day they were just in Perth.
Yeah,
but maybe that was a bit delayed.
I think Scotty went back to London yesterday, day before.
That makes sense. But yeah, I know that he lives in Monaco, so
stay safe.
Lock your doors tonight.
Oh my gosh. Oh Jesus, this is gosh. Everyone is safe. We're not psychotic. We're not psychotic. That's all I've got to say. We promise.
Yeah, I promise I'm not actually stalking Daniel Ricciardo. I have no idea where that man lives, and even if I did, I would not want to rock up at his house. That's his place. It's
pretty ballsy, all the Charles Leclerc fans doing that. I could never. I crack the shits when people rock up at my house, and it could be just family, and I'm huh? So imagine that, that. Yeah, I feel for him. That would suck. Do you pack up shop and move? But it's Monaco. Monaco's not big. Where are you going to go?
Tiny.
Up the road?
Go back
a few apartments up.
Go back home.
Yeah, literally move back in
around
home.
the corner.
Yeah, literally, that's the thing. Obviously, we've already gotten so sidetracked. Back to you. So how did you get mentally prepared? Because
sorry, this is gonna happen a lot. I promise we'll cut some of these bits out.
Yeah, for sure.
That we don't sound crazy people.
Fix it up. Yeah.
Anyways, and then I just didn't really watch it much. My dad's been to Singapore a handful of times, and I always watched him go, and I was like, oh yeah, that's really, really exciting. And then 2020 lockdown, we all know that was complete chaos.
Oh yeah,
it was horrible. No one liked it. And Drive to Survive kind of became a renaissance.
Yeah, because Drive to Survive came out in 2019, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. So I think like people started picking it up during lockdown.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is
that's
the best thing ever."
Yeah,
and that's the thing. I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." And now I wake up at ridiculous hours to watch little men drive in circles.
I should have noted we're from Australia, as you probably will figure by the way we talk. We're very like, so like most of our race weekends are like 2-3 a.m. So we're gonna be in hell.
Yeah,
together.
literally.
Yeah.
I remember, first day of uni this year, Bahrain was on at 4 a.m.
Yeah, it was, And
I was like, well, guess I'm getting up at 4 a.m.
And that's the thing. It's like going to sleep on like a holiday and knowing there's something going on like the next day sort of thing. And you can't help but want to wake up and watch it. Like you know something's going on.
And like at first as well, I was like, oh yeah, like I kind of want to watch F2, F3. But they're always on like at ridiculous hours. It's always like in between when I like need my nap or something. And then lo and behold, two things happened. Screaming meals happened.
Oh, goodness. Which is a whole different universe in itself. Like
which is something that we can discuss later.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Aus GP. And watching those cars drive in circles was so entertaining.
It's a very different experience watching it in person.
Different.
Like I drove past Albert Park yesterday and the whole time I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go back so bad. Because like they've still got like a lot of the signage up and stuff and you're like, oh my goodness. Like it's a very, very different experience.
I might go drive the track in the next few days. Just
that's a good idea.
Blast. Like I've got an F1 drivers playlist of like all the songs that people have created that's about them. I'm just gonna blast that like driving.
Super. I just along Albert Park.
Oh, actually, I think my favorite one is there's a Pierre Gasly song.
Is there? Oh my goodness, that's
It's like so funny. It's like I forgot. It's like Pierre Gasly driving the Tory. Bitch, I'm Alpha. Got people coming for me.
I forgot. Let me just quickly. me. Only ones I know is the Supermax, and there's a Lando one. It's like Lando. I don't know.
Let's go, Lando. Lando is okay. Let's go, Lando. He is here to stay.
That's where we're at.
Yeah. And then, so this was my second GP this year. I went last year as well, which, like last year, I just went race day last year. And this year I got a 4-day GA pass. And fuck me, man. I am never not going 4 days again.
Really? You wouldn't? Yeah.
Like, it's just the greatest thing. Like, on the Thursday when nothing but the supercars is happening, you can explore all the grandstands too. Like, if you don't have a grandstand ticket, you can go into any of the grandstands on the Thursday.
And kind of suss it all out sort of thing.
Which is, like, pretty cool. But next year I'm for sure getting grandstand seats because my feet would dying after standing on them all day for 4 days in a row.
Yeah, see, I did GA for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I had a corporate pass, but I only went up there for a little bit because my partner was still in GA. And then Sunday, grandstands. And I feel like Saturday, Sunday is a definite for grandstands.
Yeah, totally.
But Thursday and Friday, you can easily get away with just doing a GA.
You totally can. I think the biggest thing for me was like after just like getting up at like 6 a.m. as well. Like I was getting up really early to go into the city to try and get to the Melbourne Walk, and even then, like I couldn't get it. Like,
were you successful at the Melbourne Walk at all?
No,
no, neither.
See, because I remember seeing you like that first day. Yeah. You were in line. Probably like a handful of people ahead of me, much closer.
Yeah, that was the day I'd gotten there at 6 a.m. and I think you rocked up at like 7-ish. Yeah, like not long after, But that day was hectic. Because that was the day they wouldn't open the gates. It got to 8:30 and everyone was shouting, "It's 8:30! Like let us in, let us in!" And,
so then, like the next days, they had like pre-ticket checks and stuff like that, like to make sure that people got in like smoothly. But, like, for sure, the biggest advantage as well to having a grandstand ticket is Gate 1.
Gate 1 is the best to go to for getting to the Melbourne Walk, getting to the fan forums and all that.
Yeah, literally. Like, if you... I guess we shouldn't give away all our secrets.
Yeah, no, not spoil, but no, we can't gatekeep. We're not those people. I mean,
no! Most people would have figured it out by now because there was like a record attendance of like 440,000 people.
Yeah, it was crazy this year.
So, like, it was nuts. Like, everywhere was packed.
Yeah, but it's definitely beneficial getting the grandstands for the 4 days just for the sake of gate 1 because gate 1 is the closest to the Melbourne Walk, or else you're doing like gate 2, gate 3, and it's still a run. Like you're still going
at least from gate 1, you kind of don't have to go as far. Like you still have to run for sure,
but it goes quite direct, whereas everywhere else you're kind of going around, you're going upstairs, going through all
exactly,
those.
and trying to get through those like stair
is crazy, and people are very aggressive. That's the thing.
People are so aggressive.
Considerate, which I can
I get it,
but I'm also like, calm down.
Yeah, so like I had gotten to the Melbourne Walk, I guess. I think it must have been the Friday that I went, and I was like in not a bad spot, but I was like in terms of like where I was in like I guess line, like I was like 3 or 4 people back, but we were like right on the corner, and so the drivers would drive in, they would stop, and they would walk to the people to the side of us. And so I nearly got one signature. I nearly got Yuki Tsunoda's signature, but my arms just weren't long enough.
He's too short to fit. That's a bad match there. Really poor.
Like one of the girls in front of me grabbed my hat, but by that point he'd moved along. Yeah. So it was too late, which was really sad.
Because I think Yuki came out all 4 days on the walk. Yeah,
he did. And that's the thing, like, if I'm going to do the Melbourne Walk next year, I definitely only do Thursday, Friday.
Oh, 110%. You wouldn't bother Saturday, Sunday. I attempted it Thursday, but we got dropped off at gate 10, and we were like, oh my God. Like, happening. No. But my partner, he still ran, and we were like way behind. And so we ended up just standing on the seating that was there. And like, you could see him walking in, and it was still cool to like see them like that close. It was like, oh my goodness. And then the Friday, we got up early, attempted the Melbourne Walk, and it was already packed. Because we came from gate 2 that day, but my partner managed to get the very front of the fan forum, which was just as cool. Like, and that was when we saw Williams, Aston Martin, McLaren. Who else was Friday? McLaren, Williams, Aston Martin.
Other people.
Yeah, Alfa Romeo.
There was a lot of people on the Friday stage.
And then Saturday with everyone else, and we were like 3-4 rows back. But even the fan forum, like if you get there and the Melbourne Walk's packed, the fan forum was incredible to still go to. So when I think it must have been Saturday, I was like, I'll try the Melbourne Walk again. If no success, I'll go to the fan forum. And then by the time I had gotten back to the fan forum, it had started packing out so ridiculously much that I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get a coffee. Yeah. I'm going to go get a pastry. And I'm going to go sit undercover while all you little bitches get rained on. Oh, yeah, because it started raining for a little bit. It was like it wasn't very heavy. It was like a 5-minute bit of rain and then it disappeared again. Yeah. But like, yeah. But the thing is, I think the Aus GP is one of the only GPs that has other stuff other than F1 going on. So we have the supercars that are on Thursday, Friday as well. So you got the Porsches and the supercars. Something. I think, is there anything else or just those two? I'm not really into supercars, so I don't know. I'm sorry, we sound like noobs when it comes to this because let's get our dads on the phone. We're into F1. Yeah, like not F1 IndyCar. Get our dads on the phone. Like I was texting my dad because my dad had a grandstand seat while I had a GA pass. I was like, "How are the supercars?" Want to swap? He's like, "This is great. This is the best day of my life." He's like, "I love the supercars," and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, no, my dad loves the supercars too, and I'm like, I got no clue. So what we're seeing here is our dads are the same person. Yeah, pretty much. So we're going to get them to do a side pod. They put them in a room together, lock them up, see what happens. And they would sit there. It's probably dead silent. Literally. Nothing going 2 hours on. Yeah. Just, yeah, to the timer. Just ding. Okay, you can come out now. You just go all good. Put the dogs in there with them. Yeah, exactly. Like, put the dogs in there, they'll interact with the dogs. Yeah, 100. And then that's it. Definitely. That sounds like a game plan. That'd be good. They can do the supercars. We'll focus on the Formula. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Game plan. And then you got Sunday. Sunday's obviously your crazy race day. Yeah. So Sunday was nuts. Like I decided I was like, I'm not waking up early. I've woken up early every other day. I'm not even going to try with the Melbourne Walk. I was the same. Like, it is not worth it. Like, on the Sunday, people will get there at like 4 a.m. And I'm like, if I want to meet the drivers that bad, I'll go stalk them. I'm joking, by the way. I would not. We're going to have to start a tally of how many stalker jokes. We would like to clarify that we were just joking. Yeah. We're more concerned about Charles Leclerc being stalked. Literally. So yeah, you had general admission for Sunday. So where did you end up standing? So I was at turn 2. Oh, right. Okay. So I was in the, sorry, we've got priorities over here. Ignore my freaking text messages going on. I was in, the grandstands in the Jones stand. So I was start line pier, turn 1.
Okay.
Which was where we saw Logan and Nick
yes.
spin out. And so that happened right in front of me, which is very crazy.
I actually saw that too, coincidentally. So basically, after the race had been red flagged,
that was a crazy race.
I think. After it had been red flagged the second time, I was like, I need to go to the bathroom, and I don't think they're going to restart the race. I don't think they should have restarted the race. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
It was stupid. Anywho, I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. I'll just like go to the bathroom now. Then I'll wait at the entrance to turn 2, and I'll go on the track.
Yeah.
And then we saw Logan and Nick getting out of the cars. But I didn't know it was Nick. I knew it was Logan because Alex was already gone.
Yeah.
But I wasn't paying close enough attention to kind of what was going on. And everyone was shouting Yuki.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was Yuki. Same around where I was. Everyone was shouting out, oh, no, Yuki. And I was like, that's not Yuki.
Like, because I wasn't looking. Because I was like, there was a guy next to me that had KO up on his phone because we couldn't see any screens.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the Aus GP. Bring a radio with you. If you want to hear anything that's going on. I had like my dad's little Walkman that I used to take to the footy.
Yeah, like, my dad has it too.
You cannot hear a single thing. And the internet is horrendous. Like, you need to load your KO way prior.
Literally.
And then just always have your phone on. Which
you almost need to like bring your own like Wi-Fi modem.
Literally, it was
like it doesn't work like that, but you almost need it that way.
Literally, like it was quite painful. So that would be my one key advice: is definitely bring a radio if you want to hear anything. Because I sat there with my headphones on, listening in. Because you cannot. Obviously, it's loud.
Yeah.
But in the sense of like TV wise, more I don't know what it's like. Obviously, other GPs.
Yeah,
but Aus GP, the TVs were horrendous.
Yeah, I don't think many other circuits are much better, but especially Albert Park. Like, I don't know how many TVs you looked at, but quite a few of them were like missing like parts of the picture.
Yeah,
like, they were
a lot of them were cutting out because we had one that was behind us and then one that was right ahead of us, and they both would like cut out, and you'd be like,
No,
like
I had a similar thing. There was one that was above my head, and then there was one that was in front of me. And, like, the one above my head was just black out half the time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So, like, I think definitely my word of advice is to mute your phone and then to bring
I thought
radio.
I muted this is my computer going off, by the way. Like, I thought I muted it, but apparently not.
It's fine.
I wonder what's going on.
It's fine. Yeah, something must be going on. Something good must be happening.
Did
you tell the guys the girls are in the paddock?
No.
That's a good one, Georgia. We crack ourselves up.
Yeah, we're pretty funny, actually.
Are we?
No.
I love how we both look at each other like,
We acknowledge that we're not funny, but we find ourselves funny.
Yeah, 100%.
So
100%.
Yeah.
You'll
figure
it
deal
out
with that.
actually. Yeah, definitely.
And
back to Sunday. Everyone jumping over the grandstands, coming in early.
That was
horrendous.
So I ended up going back to my spot when I realized that they were restarting the race. I sprinted back to my spot. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll go back. And then Nico Hulkenberg's car broke down in front of us on the opposite side of the track.
Was it Nico's car that broke down?
Yeah.
But I thought wasn't it Kevin's that he lost his wheel?
Yeah, but Nico's broke down.
Ew.
Nico's just broke down.
I haven't rewatched the race. See, I'm still recovering from everything.
I remember this because it happened in front of me.
Yeah, right. Okay, I was so stuck on Logan and Nick's incident for so long. I was like, oh, God, look, I'm just making myself comfortable.
Nico Hulkenberg's car just broke down like in front of us, and
was that around turn 3 or 4?
Turn 2.
Oh, that was still turn 2. Yeah, right. Okay.
So it just kind of happened suddenly. They didn't get to do a victory lap or anything like that.
No, but that's because
they had to get called off the track because people were going on.
So yeah, I was in the Jones stand, and directly across from us, we saw the bloke that started it all, that jumped off, and everyone was screaming like, "What the F are you doing? Get back in! You can't come on the track. Then not finish the race."
Literally,
because they hadn't even gone over the finish line yet. Like they were still doing the last lap.
There were people that were on the track as the cars were still going around.
Which is like
the most dangerous thing you could do. Because like, let's just say something happens.
What if a car locks up or something?
Out,
yeah.
Like, you would die.
Oh, you'd be very poor.
Or you'd be crippled as hell.
Yeah, like you would not be looking good. Because I actually saw Lando Norris covered this on his Twitch. Someone said to him, like, what are your thoughts on the people jumping out? And he said, yeah, Muppets. Like, you've got to be pretty stupid to do something like that. And like Lando said, Lando said, if one of the drivers did hurt someone, that sticks with them forever. And that's the thing. Imagine that being the driver and, like, you know, it's not their fault because you've got these Muppets jumping out and doing this. Like, it was so bad.
So I was kind of put in a bad situation. I was like, I'll go line up at this little gap situation that looks like we can get on the track. And I was waiting. I was kind of, I'd say in like the middle to the front of the pack, which was my first mistake. And so as soon as everyone was like, yeah, I want to go on, they pushed on.
And that's
like
the
there
thing.
was a security guard trying to stop people from going on. And Nico Hulkenberg's car had not been moved. They had not said it is safe to go onto the track.
No, so as a lot of you would probably know, when the race finishes, to allow you on the track, another car comes around with green lights, and once that car has passed your section, you're good to go. That car didn't even get the opportunity to come onto the track because of people already on the track.
Yeah,
like,
and
that's
so
how bad it was.
I have a video. We might put it in of I was in this crowd and I was being pushed and
I
shoved.
have bruises all down my leg from being pushed up against the fencing.
Literally, and
because people were so aggressive and they're screaming "go!" and I feel for the marshals in the sense that they were getting trampled.
They didn't have a choice.
No,
if they didn't move, they would have gotten trampled. And I was in that same situation.
And it's
I was
really, really poor.
I was like, I'm not ready to go on the track.
Ends, not the
like I was like,
ends.
the track's not clear. Like that car could burst into flames for all I know. But if I didn't keep moving, I would have gotten crushed.
That's the thing.
And I was up against like a concrete bollard too. So it's like, you know, you either move or you die, basically.
So dramatic. If you don't move, death.
I mean,
you got two options here, buddy. You keep moving or death.
I mean, it was basically that.
You are small. You would probably get crushed to smithereens.
But
you're
the
quite
amount
a
of
small
people
person.
that they were, and if you fall over, everyone's just going to step on
Oh,
you.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, I had guys behind me going, just shove them. And I was like, I'm not shoving them. And they were like, no, just push. I'm like, I can't. Like,
and then people started climbing the fences.
Yes.
Like, not like, you know, you normally would. You, like, climb up the fences, try and look at the podium. Because I did that too, like, when I was on the track.
But climbing to get around.
Over the top of these guard fences.
I've got some videos of that. We can put those in too.
So these, I don't know how much you guys have seen of these fences, but obviously they go up and then they slant at the top for most protection. And people were climbing over these. It was, I don't.
My anxiety was pinging because you could see them bending.
I know.
And the amount of people coming on them, and it was just like.
And I was like, there was like one guy that I saw like climbing over the top, and I was like, if he doesn't get his footing right.
Was that the one that had the Woolies bag or something?
Yeah!
The Hawthorne Guernsey? Was it Hawthorne? Yeah. I've got a video of him chugging a drink.
So do I.
Oh my god! If you see this,
like, running down his neck, he's drinking this bright red
I don't know
drink.
what it was.
Some Asian drink. That's all I know because I could see it from where I was.
Okay, so it was.
So it's some like Asian drink, and it was bright red. And eventually, he's chugging. Like he had like half the bottle left too, and so he's chugging
like one of those soft drinks sort of thing.
He's chugging it, and then it's dripping down his neck.
Literally, it was disgusting. I was laughing so hard. I wanted him to get down. He was the only one I was like, let him in.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely mental. It was so bad. And then everyone's shoving even just to get to the podium. Like, I can understand the excitement, but it was very aggressive. And then people are getting angry at one another. It's like, stop fucking shoving me.
So, like, because I decided to get up on the fence, I lost my cousin who I was with. I lost her briefly. I managed to find her again, but like weaving my way back through the crowd to get to her because she was in the middle and I was on the side. I was like, people are just not willing to let me through.
No, and that's the thing. People will not let you through.
And so I was like yelling her name because I wanted to get her attention anyway. But I was like, if I yell her name, like people know that I have a purpose and I'm not just trying to be a bitch.
Yeah, I get that. Because we sort of had the same sort of thing happen when we were at the fan forum for Daddy Rick because he came out and did his own one, and me and my partner, we waited around from 11 a.m. till he came out, which was like 3:30, and then there was a heap of people who did that, and so we're all sitting there lining up, and then quite a few people were quite aggressive and shoved and were pushing people back, and the people around were like, whoa, you can back it up, like no need to be doing that.
See, that's the thing. I really wanted to see Danny at the fan forum.
It was mental. There was this one person behind me. So there was this bloke who came in and he shoved his way through to the front and everyone was like, what are you doing? Because he was pushing everyone back. And then he came and stood next to me and then he was in front of me. And then my partner was like, well, what are you doing? Like, can you not? Because he's like on top of it. He's like, can you just like move to the side of her or something? Or like, because we were with a few other girls that we'd met. So we're like trying to like go, we're actually a group and you've just cut us all off. Like, you're right. And then he got yelled at by a few other people because he was literally, and because it gets crowded and he's just smack bang placed himself in the middle. And then his friend came and she was trying to get to the very front and she was like, oh no, my brother's at the front, and no one was letting her in.
Yeah.
Everyone. So if you've noticed a change, it's because the camera decided it only likes to record for exactly 27 minutes.
Yeah.
And we went up our 27 minutes. So we are back in a different angle.
This is probably going to end up being like an hour and a half.
Oh, 110%. This
least.
is just meant to be the introduction to say hi.
How are we going to go when we actually have to start talking about real stuff?
That's what I'm scared about, is how we're actually going to go. We are going to go do like some Twitches and like record those, and we've figured out another way to record together. So a lot of these probably will be online more than in person. We'll try to do like I think after race weekends, we'll try to do in person ones.
Definitely, for sure.
Because we'll figure it out. We'll make a sketch. We've got this because yes, we're both at uni. So, but we'll actually. Also, my dog is in here just cruising over on the side.
He's just chilling
on the couch with us. But he's also just licking my foot. It's making me really uncomfortable.
I will say I do have a little cheat sheet. I made a whole bullet journal.
Solid effort. I could never.
This is called having ADHD and being so hyper.
That's also her only personality trait, guys. This is just going to be us roasting each other and then eventually hating each other for hurting each other's feelings.
But like, I don't know. So I've got the whole schedule.
This is a priority, obviously.
And then like quali and the race and all of the results. So in my little free notebook.
Cute. Love it. Back to Sunday Fun Day. So yeah,
Sunday.
Where were we?
Just chaos.
Where were we up to?
Track.
Track.
People on track.
Yeah. So absolutely mental. Oh, don't mind my dog, who's now apparently working for us. If you touch the laptop,
what are you doing?
Where are you going to go? What's the game plan? Walk away.
He's trying to figure out how to get out.
Yeah, we've like turned the study into a maze, so he's very confused. Sunday, yeah. So I'm trying to remember what we're talking about.
We were talking about people being idiots.
Yeah, the fan forums. Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of people shove and push, and like you said, it's like etiquette. Like there's and you've got people who've been waiting since 6 a.m. Like some people are dedicated. I mean, I did get there at 6 a.m. one morning, so I guess I'm one of those people. But some people are full. We're just watching the dog walk over with one of his like weird treat things, and we're like, he's just making himself comfortable next to Lara.
Yeah, but like people just push and shove, like Melbourne Walk, fan forums, like anywhere the drivers might be, they push and shove. Like
it was
no tomorrow.
Very aggressive, and that was probably the only issue. Like main issue was how aggressive it was, and it almost made you not want to bother to do those things, which ruins it because obviously you want to do those things, but when you know what people are like.
That was definitely it for me. Like on the Saturday where I was like, I want to see Daniel Ricciardo. I was like,
that was mental. The people shoving.
Like, well, I have to decide whether I want to see Daniel Ricciardo or whether I want to watch. The other thing that I don't like is it's in like the middle of all the racing.
Yeah, like, so the timing of everything was horrendous.
It's in between everything, but people will camp out there from 7 a.m. until like 3 p.m. and by that point you're like,
joking.
What's the point in even going?
Oh, definitely. Like we got there in the morning, did all the fan forums that were in the morning, like the Ferrari, Red Bull, I can't remember who else was on Saturday. AlphaTauri, all that, Alpine. And then that finished at like 12 or 11:30 or something, and no one moved a muscle because everyone knew Daniel was coming on later.
Yeah.
But like the amount of people that shove and push, and it is very hectic. Like it almost does ruin it, and it's crazy because people are so aggressive and they literally come out for like 10 minutes.
I know, that's the thing. Is there only 10-minute sessions, which is like you probably wouldn't want more than 10 minutes. They've got so much stuff to do. But I'm worried that the more people push and shove and get angry, the more likely they are to go, actually, we're just not going to do it at all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know for other GPs if they have anything like the Melbourne Walk. I think the Melbourne Walk
they've mentioned a few times that Melbourne's the only thing that has something like that. Because it's like where they come in, they get dropped off, and then they just walk on through, and they walk out the back to the paddock, I think it is. And so to do that, they've got to walk through. Well, they don't have to, but they can walk through all the people who obviously stand around and wait. But I think Melbourne's the only one that has something specific for that. I'm not sure if anywhere else does. I haven't really ever heard of anywhere else having something as such.
So like obviously if it's not at other races, like it's a great thing. It's more than fantastic to have. But I'm worried that people are going to start going, Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna go through there.
Because it does get very aggressive.
Lewis only went through on Sunday.
Yes, Lewis only went Sunday. People like Yuki went every day. I remember he was there every day.
And it's like Yuki. Like
Lando was there every day.
I love Yuki. I love Lando, but they're obviously not as big as Lewis.
Oh.
Like in terms of fame.
Whoa.
Are you joking?
No, I agree with you. I just thought you meant in the sense of people wanting to meet him compared to Lewis.
In the sense of like just general fame. Like Lewis and Max are obviously the most.
Max did it, I think, twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Max did it quite often. Max just rocked up late. Checo did it. Archie, can you not lick? I almost just said Archie did it every day. Checo did it, I think, every day. Lewis only did. He's like, I love you. I don't know who you are, but I love you. And yeah, Lewis only did the Sunday. Because I thought he would have done Saturday because he did the fan forum Saturday. Mercedes was on the Saturday, but he didn't. I think George did it every day. Archie, leave her alone. I know Logan did. Busted. I know Logan did Thursday. I don't know what any other day he did.
I think. Well, I mean, the drivers.
Scotty James did it.
Yeah,
priorities. Scotty James was out there too. I love that. Scotty just rocking up, going, "This is my show."
That's the thing, though. But oh my god, Archie.
Because kind of anyone with the paddock.
Yeah, look, anyone with a paddock pass can walk through.
Yeah, and if you work there, you can go. But I think that's actually the way you have to go. For a lot of it. That's so, the thing.
Scotty James. Well, Scotty James, he's in a bit of a situation.
Yeah.
With what team to support.
Well, he works for Red Bull.
Yeah, he's a Red Bull athlete. Like, he's an Olympic snowboarder sponsored by Red Bull.
His
brother-in-law his fiance is Chloe Stroll, Lance Stroll's sister.
Yeah.
Like, so does he have to support Asimon?
Daniel Ricciardo.
And then his best mate is
Because
Daniel
there was a few times he was at McLaren last year.
Yeah.
Like, with Danny.
So, like, does Scotty have to go?
Like...
Look,
what's Scotty's gameplay? How does he approach these weekends?
At least with Danny, he's like...
He's got nothing to worry about.
Red Bull.
Yeah, true.
But, like, because I know they had all the Red Bull athletes there this year. Like, they invited, like, a bunch of the Red Bull athletes.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know they did that. I know they did that at the Red Bull car reveal, and apparently they were athletes that just no one really knew.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, look, like, Red Bull sponsors so many things. Like, they sponsor a lot of people. And, look, realistically, people only know Scotty because he's Danny's best friend.
That's rough.
Like,
don't
get me wrong. I love Scotty. I love him so much. But, like, if he wasn't Danny's best friend, people wouldn't necessarily...
Kind of like a James Harvey Blair sitch. Sorry, James. We do like you, but...
Backbone of Screaming Mills. But...
Well, yeah, if it weren't for him, everyone's insurance would be fucked.
Yeah,
They'd have nothing. Because he does insurance for Clem, and I know he does for Callum a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, all that.
He was Marcus's, like, manager last year.
No wonder he's stressed.
But Marcus gave him no compensation.
Yeah, I'm not even surprised. Yeah, no, that adds up.
Like, they were saying in an episode that, you know, he didn't get any, what's the word? Commission. That's the word.
Poor James. James got ass off.
James got no commission from Marcus.
Working his ass off. That's funny. Poor James, honey. But I guess it's that kind of thing. Like, you know of him because he's doing this podcast with these F2 drivers.
But, like, that doesn't mean I love them any less.
Yeah, no, I still like them. Yeah.
But yeah, Scotty's in a bit of a situation there.
Yeah, I don't know, because did you see he did a TikTok of him walking around the paddock and he goes, oh, there's the Red Bulls up and there's Aston Martins, like, and that is, yeah.
He was,
what do you do?
He was walking the grid too, and I think I haven't watched the race recap, I haven't watched the race coverage, but I think he stopped to talk to a few of the presenters as well.
Yeah, he did.
Which a lot of people don't do, and obviously Scotty actually knows about.
I'm pretty sure there were actually, when you are a celebrity on the paddock, you are required to talk to the interview.
You're not required
or like you're
to,
sort
but
of
like,
expected to, I think it is.
Yeah, like
because I've seen people complain about Brad Pitt not talking to any of them last year.
Like Ted Kravitz,
I mean, what's Brad Pitt gonna do?
He tries to go up to like everyone and is like, "Hey mate, how you doing?"
And everyone's just like,
don't. "Fucking leave me alone."
Yeah, literally, it's like, "I'm good, thanks." Please don't talk to me. Back it up.
But yeah, so that. And actually, speaking of chaos though, this is I tried to go to the Alex Albon meet and greet.
Oh, yes. So Williams had a pop-up store at the Emporium, was it?
Yeah, the Emporium.
And they had that actually for like 5 or 6 days sort of going on.
It was there pretty much all week.
It was there for quite some time. And was it 2 or 3 of the days you could meet him? 2. I think one day was Alex, one day was Logan.
Yeah, one day was Alex, one day was Logan. So the Wednesday was Alex. So I had to work in the morning, which was rather unfortunate. So I got there around, I think, like 1 o'clock, maybe 12:45, 1 o'clock. By then, it was 2 blocks back.
Yeah, I didn't even bother like trying to do it. I knew it would be crazy. I was like, I'll just attempt to see them.
Yeah.
So
I think I waited for like 3 or 4 hours and I didn't get in. And I'm like, I'm not mad about it. Like, obviously, I would have loved to get in to see Alex, but you know, it is what it is. But people were just like, as soon as Alex left, people crowded him.
I did see that actually. I've seen a lot of videos of people crowding and like being all up in his business. Like that would be so full on. Like I wouldn't be able to handle that. My aggravation would
I would like fucking punch someone.
Literally, I'd be like, back up now. I could not stay calm.
Like I think we really take the drivers for granted.
Oh yeah.
Like they don't have to interact with us. They don't have to speak to us. But they choose to.
Yeah. Because it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot. Any sort of celebrity, I guess. Like just getting that kind of recognition. Like it is full on.
For sure.
Especially to the point where, you know, you're getting stalked. Like
literally.
Poor Charles.
I know. Like,
and you get people really invested in your business. Like people really invested in your personal life for nothing. Like
it's nuts. Like I don't understand why people are so invested in other people's personal lives.
Yeah,
like,
you do see a lot of fans that get invested in the point where it's almost like they're a part of the relationship or like friendships and things like that. And you're like, okay, just back it up. Let's back it up. Yeah, and but that's kind of like with any celebrity sort of thing. But you do see it a lot, especially when, you know, you've got these 20 men driving around. And,
I think because it's so, I guess, exclusive.
Yeah.
And like, I guess like F1 especially is just so exclusive. Like, you have to be, you know, wealthy to like not necessarily talking about driving. Obviously, you have to be wealthy-ish to drive, because seats
you need backings.
Seats in F3 and F2 cost a lot, which is something I could talk about in terms of Jamie Chadwick, but that's for another. Yeah,
we'll save that.
Another situation.
But like, again, this is meant to be a little introduction. We've got a very.
We're very.
I think it's a good introduction. A little bit of goss on
this
the first
gives
intro.
You insight into
of what to expect.
Like.
We do plan on like bringing our other friends on and kind of getting their opinions on things
throughout. For sure.
You know, making it a bit interesting and
once we kind of sort ourselves out.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And then we plan on, you know.
If you guys haven't noticed, we're using a Guitar Hero.
Yeah, so we did buy 2. And one decided that the second it was open, it was ready for heaven. So we've had to let her go. But lucky for me,
not even heaven. Like
hell?
No, it works. It just doesn't. They just don't work together.
Yeah,
so, like,
polar opposites.
We plugged them both into like one computer. And
Had
there's a way that you can make them work together, which is what we're doing with these.
Yeah.
But they basically the other one just basically decided it said nah.
Yeah, it was like, I'm an independent worker. I can't be with you.
Separate computers, they work fine.
Yeah. She just doesn't like to work with other people. Yeah. I get it. So we've whipped out the old Guitar Hero microphone. Don't know where I found it, if I'm being honest. I've also moved out of home to where I live now. So I don't know why I brought this with me. There's another thing I'd like to mention because I don't have a Wii. I have no reason to have this.
So you just brought it with
That's
you?
what I'm a bit curious about, is why it's come all this way. Because, you know, I've moved 3 hours from home. So why did it make it? Why was this a survivor? I'm missing so many items of clothing, but this bad boy made it.
Yeah,
for what reason, I'll never know.
Maybe next time you go home, you'll do like a swap, like pick up all your clothes and drop off the mic.
I don't know. I kind of want to keep it, if I'm being honest. It's working real good. I'm kind of intrigued. I mean, if I like cover the Guitar Hero thing, it's fine.
Even know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've still got the Guitar Hero guitars at home. I can bring them back. And the drums kit. It's just get a set up in here. Put that. That can be a. Yeah.
Don't study.
No. You can't get Guitar Hero in anything anymore, I don't think.
You can't?
No, I'm pretty sure you can't, because I was like really invested on trying to find it for the Switch, because I got a Switch.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't. You've got like the SingStar still, but I don't care about SingStar. I want the Guitar Hero, but you can't get it anymore.
That's
I know of.
That's offensive.
If anyone can prove me wrong, please do.
Please
because
do.
Because I used to love Guitar
I would
Hero.
love to know, like, if you could still get it somewhere.
Yeah, because I did look at it thinking, oh my gosh, I've got a Switch. Like, what games could I get? I'm like, oh, imagine if they still did Guitar Hero. But I mean, don't think. Pretty sure you can just get SingStar.
Do they make it for the PlayStation?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because I'm pretty sure they did.
They used to.
It wasn't called.
Was it called Guitar Hero or something? There was another one. There was Guitar Hero and something else.
Yeah,
I think brand wise, like for
I think because I remember we still have the Guitar Hero guitar somewhere. I'm pretty sure we had it on the PlayStation.
Yeah, because we had the Wii one and we had the 2 guitars, the mic, and the drum kit.
Yeah, I think we only had the guitar.
You know, we had the whole band. No, it was me on the mic, my little brother on the drums, and we used to put the settings on like beginner, so he just had to hit the like little foots. I don't know what they're called, like the foot. I don't have shoes on. I shouldn't do this with my feet. And then my dad and my other brother on the guitars. We had a full band set up.
You had it going.
Oh yeah, bloody oath. We had it. We made our little set list. You know, did
Love
like
it.
6 songs, killed it.
When's the cover band coming out?
Very soon.
Oh.
It's yeah, you know, it's my youngest brother, the one we put on the drums. He's actually very musically talented now, so he's kind of, you know, ruined it for us because we can't just have someone in the back.
Yeah.
But you know, I could get it back into the workings. I don't know what to call it, but if we can find Guitar Hero, I can definitely get it started back up.
Yeah, it could be like Georgia and like your family.
I actually.
Georgia
and family. I went to New Zealand last year and I did the canyon swing. Have you seen the video where it's like, of the guy about to get pushed off and he's like, wait.
Yeah.
I did that. Went and did that canyon swing. And the guy there asked what my last name was and I told him and he thought I said Bong. And so he was like, so we can have a Bong band. And I was like, sure, okay. So I could call it the Bong band. That's still up for grabs.
Did you meet Liam Lawson while you were there?
No, I didn't. I actually saw about a month later he was there and he did the onsen spa and I was like, I was there. I did the onsen spas and I did see that he was there. I did, South.
Yeah, because I saw like a bunch of TikTok videos of people doing hot laps with him.
Yes, I did do the hot laps in Wanaka, not with him. I did it with a ex-rally car driver.
Which is exciting, but it's not Liam Lawson.
It's a really cool setup there. If you ever get the chance to go to New Zealand or if you live in New Zealand, I'm pretty sure it's Wanaka and it's Highlands. Something, not a very good memory. But it was incredible. Like, I think it's like 200, you do the hot lap. And I've got the video of the hot lap. I can send it so you can put a little clip in. I'm quite scared throughout the whole hot lap because it was, full on.
Yeah.
And you can do go-karting there because we did the karting there. And it actually, Lawson holds one of the records there for the go-karting. And then you can go inside and they've got like a bunch of like little sim things and you can sit and like put a headset on and like
that's so fun.
Click who you want to talk to and there is one where it's like Liam and it's really trippy because you're like there and then you like look over and Liam's like, hello, welcome, and you're like, whoa, hello, and like there's a few other drivers that you can do it with and I remember clicking it and I'm like, my head's moving around and my partner's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm having a convo with Liam Lawson, just one sec, I don't know what's going on, I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
but definitely a New Zealand experience. Sorry, very sidetracked.
Convo with Liam Lawson for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll get Liam Lawson on the pod.
Be like, so tell us more about Highland. So that sim thing.
How's your girlfriend going?
Oh yeah, he has a partner, doesn't he?
He does.
He does.
They're very cute.
I don't know who. I don't really. I'm very hopeless at keeping it with partners. I'll leave that more up to you, I guess. Then.
I have only kept up with partners purely because I just remember looking like recently, and I think there was a post about them.
Yeah, I think they did the onsen spas together, and I was like, I did the onsen spas with my partner. Why didn't my pics come out this good? We tried so hard to take cute pictures, and the lighting was horrendous. And we look,
he probably had
atrocious. Like exactly, yeah, like an actual photographer there. Me, my partner had a self timer on the iPhone, and we're like, love it. Yeah. This is great.
No, but yeah.
It's very sidetracked, didn't we?
Yeah. What was the original point of the conversation? I
can't remember.
I guess highlights of the Aus GP then.
Yeah, I can do a quick rundown of highlights. The whole race, holy moly,
was
most red flags ever.
Yeah,
that's mental. Mental.
So what? There was 3.
Yes.
But theoretically, there could have been 4.
Yes, they did have that in the workings. And I think that's when everyone started to get really stressed, is when there was the potential of a 4th one.
Yeah, everyone was like,
for the love of God, no.
Fuck no.
Yeah, for the love of God, no.
Low light, they shouldn't have had that last restart. I know that they kind of had to, but like, because they had to complete
was
a
just-
certain number of laps.
yes,
But like,
because the issue there's 58 laps, and everyone was keen for one more lap, and everyone's going one more lap, and the actual commentators, the Aussie ones, I'm not too sure who they actually are, but they were saying too that we could potentially be seeing an extra a lap added, and then someone else came on and said no, it's not happening. Like, it's in the FIA rule book that you can't
have to do
just add a lap
yeah
for the sake of adding a lap to get.
You have to have like.
And I think
like,
someone else had tried to do it before. They did mention it. I'm not too sure who had I feel like it was actually Schumacher that they had said had tried during a lap. Has had a sort of sitch where they were ending on a safety car, and he was like, "Well, give us one more lap." Because I do remember the commentators mentioning it has happened before, but they don't do it. They can't. It's strictly
they're pretty strict with
strict
it now.
what it is.
But yeah, that was
A Carlos Sainz penalty.
I felt so bad for
They
Carlos.
are looking into it. I did see something recently.
Look, I don't think he deserved to get the penalty in the
I
first
think
place.
if
but
the whole grid was still on, a 5-second penalty would have been very different. But it's a sense, like, as he said, he's in the points and they've taken him right out of the points. There's 12 cars in. It's a very harsh.
Yeah, like, especially specifically because of the safety car.
Yes.
Everyone was bunched together. So, like, he could have created a 5-second time cap between him and whoever was behind him.
Yeah, and if you do
in a
rewatch
normal
it,
racing lap.
yeah, and if you do rewatch it, it does look like obviously he has gone into Alonso, but it did look like his right tire locked up a bit.
Yeah, I rewatched that. I slow-moed it. Like, I watched it
Yeah,
100
it does
times.
look like his tire locked up a bit, and it's
I
kind
think
of.
it should have been called a racing incident.
Yeah,
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, because Alonso was on the race line. Like, Alonso wasn't in the wrong. He was on the race line.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because he's locked up.
Yeah,
Sainz is locked up and kind of gone.
Personally, what I think happened is Alonso looked like he might have been going wide. He ended up staying completely on the racing line.
Yeah, he was.
But I think initially it looked like he was going wide, and because he stayed on the racing line, Carlos Sainz might have overshot it a bit. And then because he realized...
Because they were very bunched up. They were very bunched up.
I think... Because this was coming into turn, like...
One, two...
Turn.
It was at my turn.
What?
It was I reckon it was turn one because
One.
they take off and it was turn one because then Logan and Nick came skidding on out.
Yeah, onto turn two.
And because was it Checo that span two into the gravel?
Yeah. So
it was very hectic.
It was a lot to take in.
I mean, I don't think I think 5 seconds was very harsh. I hope and his radio message.
Heartbroken.
Oh, I would be too. I would be fuming.
So would I.
So I do feel for him in that sense. So it'll be interesting to see
how that
what the outcome ends up being.
Yeah.
And Haas tried to Gunther made a complaint about the restart as well because technically Hulkenberg would have been up on podium.
Yeah.
So that was another thing.
They were like, cause
I mean, it got revoked.
Yeah, Gunther was like, Nico Hulkenberg should have been here. He should have been in this position, and the stewards were like, well, no, because they didn't even complete. They completed like 2 turns.
Yeah, no,
they didn't even complete a sector, and so the stewards were like, well, we have to go back to the last known starting formation.
Yes.
Which was the previous red flag.
Yeah.
Because this was at the 3rd red flag. The last restart where they complained about that. So this had all happened very close together. So like Nico Hulkenberg, and then his car broke down. So like,
could you imagine if we had seen Hulkenberg on podium? That would have been his first podium in F1
ever.
I mean,
like, I have nothing against.
That would have been. Wow.
I have nothing against Nico Hulkenberg. I have some things against Nico Rosberg, but that's a whole other story. No, but I have nothing against Nico Hulkenberg. I'm just like, I don't understand why Haas decided to bring him in and get rid of Mick.
Well, Mick did do a lot of. I think he'd end up doing like 2 mil worth of
but like
damage.
at the same time,
and then
okay, so for a financially unstable team, yes, that's a lot of damage.
Well, yeah,
but it's not like he's.
I think Mick's got potential.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I think it's not like he's not like the first person to ever do that much damage.
No.
It's not like he was a standout. I think just because they're a financially unstable team, they couldn't support
I think he'll
him.
be fine as a reserve for Mercedes.
Yeah.
Let him, do some sim work, and all
Totally.
that, and just give him some time.
I just
He's
don't-
still young.
Yeah, for sure. And I just don't really understand why they brought in Nico Hulkenberg.
Yeah, it was kind of like they ran out of options there, but
They couldn't afford Daniel Ricciardo.
No.
And he said, I don't want to go to Haas.
well, you've been working with Renault, Red Bull, and McLaren, and then to
Yeah,
go to Haas, you'd
Haas.
probably feel a bit like you're going backwards in a sense.
Yeah, totally.
But in saying that, the Haas cars were performing quite well on
They were doing
Sunday.
surprisingly
They
well.
were. It'll be interesting to see what they're like at the next race. I'm
Yeah.
actually kind of intrigued now.
I wonder how much of like the results came out of pure luck
Yeah,
and how much of
or
it came out of good racing.
yes, definitely. I'm very excited for the next race.
Like obviously Max, for example, that was just good racing.
Max, I've got a clip of it too of the lot
The
in
gap?
the gap. That I was literally there going 1,
Me too.
Two,
I was literally counting the gaps
three,
between people because I was
4,
like, this is insane.
5. It was mental.
Like-
Like Max is gone, and you're literally
Literally.
like kind of like looking around, and you're like,
Like I
huh? Because he overtook Logan and Nick.
yeah.
Like he was
Logan
out of
and
there.
Nick both got lapped by multiple cars.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, out of there.
But,
That
like,
gap, yeah,
it
mental
was
gap.
Insane. Like for sure, Max is a fantastic driver. There is no doubt about that. But sometimes I would just like to see him.
You like a bit of competition.
Like sometimes I'd just like to see him like in the middle of the pack, like
Yeah,
driving
right.
like everybody else. Like, okay,
We're back again for a third time.
No, I don't wish he sucked at all. Like, I just wish that sometimes the racing of other people to Max was a bit closer.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, there's different car standards,
And I mean-
there's different ability levels.
Yeah,
but, like,
it was hard on Sunday too because we had Charles out on the first lap.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So
he's-
that's something else as
usually-
well.
yeah,
Like,
he's-
how much would Charles have competed?
Yeah,
with
like
Max?
Charles being one of, his main competitors sort of
Yeah.
thing. And we didn't see him at all. Like, he was out.
He was gone.
But I saw, I listened to another podcast, an F1 podcast, The Red Flags. Incredible. Very funny. Definitely check it out. It's so funny. And they were speaking about this, and they were saying it was very likely that Charles could have got it in the car and kept racing, though.
Yeah.
Like, he was a bit... they were
I
like, I
think
wonder if it was a
Ferrari just
mental
kinda-
thing that he kind of checked down and said, I'm not...
Yeah.
Like, that's what... I mean, I don't know. This is what these guys on this podcast were saying.
Yeah.
It was interesting because a lot of other drivers went in the gravel and still came out. It was like, I wonder why Charles didn't still
Yeah.
go. They'd like, I don't know if there was some serious damage to the
Yeah.
car that he really couldn't race. Like,
I don't know. I got a Snapchat memory today that was about the GP last year.
yep.
And there was a meme that came out of it that was like, Max Verstappen has won every race he's finished. And I think at that point we were like 4 rounds in, and he'd
Yeah.
have 2 DNFs and 2 wins, and I just thought that was really funny.
Because
And
this was...
I hope that happens to Charles.
Yeah, because this
like-
was Max's first win in Oz. This is their first win since like 2013 or 2011.
2011.
Yeah, something like
It's been
that.
a hot while.
Since Seb Vettel won in
Yeah.
Melbourne, which I'm really like, good on Max. That's,
yeah,
add that
for sure.
trophy to the shelf, an Aussie win.
Absolutely.
Definitely, good on him. But it would have been nice to see Charles up there too, especially after we've seen Arthur on the podium.
I know.
And F2, wow, even the F2 race, that was
That
mental
was
too.
mental.
That was really,
Like,
crazy to watch.
I said to
Lots
my
of
cousin,
crashes this weekend.
I said to my cousin, it's like a game of who can have the most safety cars.
Literally, it was. It was like, yeah, definitely.
It was like
Who can
F2
pull out the most
like,
safety cars?
F2 had 2.
Yeah, I believe so.
F3 had 2 or 3. as
Yeah, they
well.
had quite a few.
Yeah. I was like,
I know, it was...
this is a game of safety cars.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely it was.
I think someone at the end had said, like, a meme came out that was like the safety car completed more laps than the drivers did.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah, well, definitely it felt that way, didn't it?
Yeah.
100%.
Like, I mean, like, across the weekend, the safety car did all of the laps.
Yeah, the Ks on the
But there was
safety
also
cars would have got it up.
supercar crashes. where
Yes,
safety
and
cars
they
came
were
out.
mental.
And I'm pretty sure that the supercar safety car is different to the
I believe so, yes.
F1 safety car,
Yes.
but generally speaking,
The safety car, that was its weekend.
it did a lot of
Yeah, it
laps.
was living its life. George Russell's car. He was the bullet for Mario all of a
That
sudden. Mario
was-
car just blew up.
That was intense.
And he was doing so good that race. But they were asking him to, preserve his tyres. And he's like, how am I
Yeah.
meant to do that when I've got Lewis up my ass? Like,
Literally.
it was a bit hard. Like, I was kind of looking like Lewis may have ended up overtaking him sort of sitch.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to see George up there too. Like,
Yeah,
that was
for
quite
sure.
devastating too, seeing
I mean,
his
look,
car
I
blow.
think there could have been so many podium combinations
Oh,
that we
we even
didn't
saw
see.
Pierre get a bit close.
I fucking fuck
I was
so like
everyone in my grandstand was going mental, going, yes, could be Pierre on podium.
So
Imagine Pierre on podium.
Basically, for me, I'm a big Daniel Ricciardo fan. But sadly, Daniel is not on the grid this year. So I said, okay, let me support Alex Albon instead. We get to the Aus GP, I'm like, wow, Alex qualified P8. This is
good
amazing.
racing from
Great.
Alex.
We start racing. See you later, Alex. I said, okay, that's upsetting.
Now what?
That's upsetting, but let's put all my faith in Pierre Gasly.
Literally, I was very similar, and I was like, okay, Pierre, baby, I'm giving this all to you.
Yeah, I was like,
show
Pierre,
me what you've got.
Pierre, this is all
And
yours.
it was looking
You're
so
gonna be on the podium.
good. It was looking so good.
And then him and Esteban said, nah, we're out.
Yeah, no, could you imagine? And did you see the video afterwards on
They
Instagram,
were
like the
not
debrief?
happy.
It looked like, yeah,
I think Pierre looked like he was going to cry.
they definitely had a gun to their head, but like over the camera.
Literally, like-
They looked like they were locked in a closet somewhere, being told to say, "We love each other. This was an accident.
Well,
See you next
apparently
time."
Charles hasn't made a post about Australia.
No, he
yet.
hasn't.
So
I don't think he will.
he probably won't.
I don't think he will. It's a bit late now. Kind of moved on. Like
Yeah,
it's Easter now.
I mean, like we've got a whole fucking 4-week break.
yeah, still got to wait till the next race.
I know. I'm not handling it very well.
No, I don't really know what to do. Well, here we are. This is what it's resulted in.
Yeah.
Talking into a guitar
You
hero
get
microphone.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no.
What-
The entire thing was just
Mental. I'm trying to think of what else. We covered George, covered Esty, Bestie, and Pierre. Yeah, Albon, he was out. Charles was out. Obviously, Logan and Nick were out.
Nick.
Shako was having some problems too, but he kind of pulled through in the end. Oh, Magnussen. Tyre. He was out of there.
He was, but the funny thing about that is he said he didn't feel it.
Oh, really?
Like, I don't know who interviewed him at the end of the race, but
He was like,
were
I don't
like-
know, I was just driving.
they were like, "Oh, that like was a pretty big shunt you had. Like, you must have."
He was like, sorry,
like,
what?
Are you doing okay?
What
and
happened?
He's like, "I didn't even realize anything had happened
That's
until
mental.
I saw my tire come off."
Yeah, right.
And I
Because the
was
tyre
like-
actually got, the debris got someone in the
Yes.
crowd and cut someone's
So,
arm.
because K-Mag came up quite very much along the wall, a piece of his front wing came off,
Yeah,
right?
I believe so.
And it flew over the 20-meter
Yeah.
fence
And
and cut someone's arm.
But the bloke who it cut, he was a Magnussen fan.
He was,
but he didn't
but
get
he
to
didn't
keep
get to
it
keep the
because some
piece.
other person came and took it from him.
Yeah.
Which is not fair. You get sliced up by a car.
Exactly. You
should
get to keep
the
it.
piece. Speaking of pieces getting taken, did you see the two blokes trying to take the F2 front wing?
Yes.
Through security at the end? And everyone was trying to sell FIA equipment as well.
They were. I was walking
Near the podium.
I was walking the track at like, I don't know what time, like 7 or 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
7:30, something like that. People were still trying to take the FIA gear.
Yeah, that was mental.
And I was like, okay, it's one thing to take down signs and
But
banners.
just take a whole front wing.
But like a whole fucking, okay, the front wing.
How? I want to know how
the
they
front-
got
I think
to the gates with it though. Like that's a solid effort to walk that far from.
I think because, so like, I know I saw another video where people had, like, maybe it was like F3 front wings were in the rubbish bin.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it and I'll
Why?
put it up. But like one guy like managed to see if he could. He ended up not being able to take it, but like, yeah, it was in like the rubbish bin or something.
Yeah, because I've seen heaps of clips of someone trying to take it, and yeah, just everyone trying to steal.
Yeah,
it
but
was
like-
very
like-
full on.
It's just like I understand wanting a souvenir, I do, but like
Take like the Rolex sign.
literally, although people were banned from taking that.
Oh really?
Like people were trying to take out signs like that. Like one guy.
I thought you were like allowed to at the end of a race to take the.
Well, there were some security guards that were just stopping people.
Yeah, right. I mean,
But,
it's
like,
probably not meant
But
to
one
take
guy
it, but, like-
had, I think it was a Rolex sign, and he had a petition on the back to revoke colour signs penalty.
I love it.
And he had actually,
King.
he had a bunch of signatures on it actually.
Oh really?
I don't know if he got to keep it in the end, but they tried
I
to,
know what you're talking about now.
they tried to like make him leave it behind.
Yeah, yes, and
And I was like, come on, what do you want with that?
yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's gonna go in the bin.
Oh, exactly right. What are they going to do with it? Chuck it.
Yeah.
So may as well let people take it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. But
Things like
don't-
that.
Don't steal FIA gear.
I know that's ballsy.
That shit's expensive.
That's bold. And I know you can say they can afford it, but like that's still ballsy to do to take
yeah,
it.
but like if someone figures out who took it,
yeah.
you're fucking fucked, man.
Could you imagine?
You would be
Ding
arrested.
dong.
I don't know if you could get
I don't know. I reckon you
like
get.
charged.
I reckon you get almost banned from like being.
You'd definitely be banned.
Yeah,
that's
because
for
you're
sure.
stealing FIA
Stealing
gear.
like official gear. Like this is like race radios and stuff like that. People are like trying to take them from the fence.
I wonder if anyone was actually successful with taking them. Because
I mean, I kind of hope
not. No, but like I'm curious because I've seen people trying.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually see anyone like successfully do it.
Neither did I, but like it could have happened.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of the FIA, they also handed down a fine for the people jumping onto the track before the race was concluded.
So the actual Aus GP corporation got fined.
Yes.
But because people decided to get on the track early.
Yeah, and all the safety issues.
Like, I understand that, they had to have someone to blame for it.
Well, yeah, it comes down to should have been better marshal training? Should have we had police instead? There or better security? Because you've got the thing is you can volunteer to be a marshal.
You can.
You and I could do it. Rock up, put a thing on, and imagine being in that situation. No one's going to listen to us.
No.
Like that, and that's the thing, and that's the issue. Is a lot of the people go, "Oh, we don't care." You're like, "Cause you're just us. Like you don't have anything to actually hurt me. All you can do is yell at me and push me around too."
Yeah. And I think it'd be sad if we had to get the police in.
Oh, definitely.
Did you see the police barricade?
Yes, I did. There's a massive police barricade near the podium.
Yeah.
Massive.
So, this is probably 8 o'clock. Everyone's kind of making their way out of the track. And me and my cousin are like, well, let's go for a track walk because we haven't done that yet. We ran straight to the podium.
Go for a track walk with a gun to my head. It's pretty much what it was like.
And so we walked one way. I think we walked the opposite direction of racing. So, and there was a police barricade. There was 10 of them, I reckon.
Yeah.
All standing there, trying to stop people from going that way. You could only go one way.
One way, yeah.
And so we're like, okay, let's walk back.
Yeah.
I don't even walk the full track. I did that last year. But this year, by the time we got to the gate that would let us out, I think it was gate 8, I was like, if I don't sit down in a minute, my legs are going to come out from underneath me.
My legs have never felt the way they did. Right? I've never, ever, I'm not a runner. I'm not athletic at all. Not my thing. Oh my God, did my legs hurt.
Yeah.
So bad.
You don't realize how bad it is standing up for so many hours at a time.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
And I was exhausted. I reckon for the rest of that week, last week, I was in bed at 8 p.m. And I'm such a night owl.
Too.
And I was in bed every night at 8 o'clock going, okay, going to sleep.
Yeah, literally.
And then waking up at 7, my body was like, you're in this routine now. This is happening. And I was like, this isn't me. Stop it.
At 6:30, 7 a.m. I was like, no, I want to go back to sleep.
Literally, I'm like, this isn't me. Make it stop. Make it stop.
Shut up, buddy. Listen to what I say. I think I ended up forcing myself to stay up till midnight a few times just so I would
get a sleep in.
Literally.
Yeah. I was a bit like that. I'm kind of still doing that. That's funny. Yeah, it was mental. It was an amazing weekend. Another record breaking weekend of how many people came. It'll be interesting to see what next year is like.
Next year brings.
If it'll be just as many or more, because they were expecting 500 and they got close.
I'm predicting more.
Oh, definitely. I think more in the senses on the Thursdays and Fridays because people have seen how accessible it is to meet drivers on those days.
I'm really hoping less people show up on the Thursday. Mind you, I rocked up at 4 o'clock on Thursday because I got a tattoo that morning. And so I rocked up at 4 o'clock and by that point people had started to clear out. But I think in the future, I would go try and meet the drivers. Because
when you met Clem, was that?
That was Thursday.
Were you hanging around the Melbourne Walk or were you near the paddock?
We were near the paddock.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So basically, my friend and I, we were like, well, let's go look at the F2 and the F3 paddock.
Yep.
Which, by the way, they were actually
very accessible, very dangerous almost.
They were actually open on the Thursday, which I discovered later, which I'm very sad about. So we walked past it. The gates were open and we're like, can we go in there?
Because you were allowed to go into the supercars motorhomes. You were allowed to walk into them because I did.
But yeah, so we later discovered you could actually go in there.
Hi, so we're now on the iPhone because the camera's gone flat. We're obviously extremely prepared for our first ever.
Yeah, we we were so. I mean,
Pod.
to be fair, we've been filming for like an hour and a half.
Well, yes, true. And this camera, she's from like 2011. She's ready for retirement. She's been put under a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Anyways.
But back to the paddock. So F2 paddock, you're allowed to walk into it, okay?
So on the Thursday, you were allowed to walk in, which I later discovered, which was quite sad. It was not open the rest of the days, but you're able to obviously walk around like their garages, look at their cars.
Yes, that's
like
every day.
Which is pretty exciting. Like, and you can stand outside the entrance to the paddock, to their like hospitality paddock.
Which is a bit. I noticed a lot of people kind of hanging around their way. Which I mean, I get wanting to meet him because my partner and I found it. I reckon it was on the Friday, and we were just strolling, and we're going, "Where are we? Like, we haven't seen this part." Yeah. And then we walked past Ollie Behrman, and we were both like, "Oh my gosh, that was Ollie," and we're going like, "Oh my gosh, wait, what?"
Like, I walked past so many F2 and F3.
Yeah, same.
And
we walked past Victor as well. Same. I had the instant where they walked past, and we smiled at Ollie, and Ollie like waved, and we've gone, "Oh my gosh, we need to go back," and like we just panicked. Okay. So, like, but it was still nice to have that like little interaction.
A similar thing happened with Clem and James. So we'd walk to the F2 paddock, and off in the distance, my friend pointed out. I couldn't see it, mind you. I'm blind.
Yeah, I've got glasses. I wouldn't have known.
But my friend pointed out like. That's like Clem and James.
I tried so hard to see Clem. Like, I waited at the Melbourne walk because he was meant to do the Melbourne walk on Thursday. The F2 posted it and he didn't do it. And I was like, mother.
Little bitch. Anyway, so we saw them and then we decided, we'll just start walking back.
I know, it's so hard to like kind of.
And then
you don't want to chase them.
They walked past us. And like, we'd like pulled over, I guess we'd, for lack of a better word, pulled over to the side. Like, we stood to the side because I was like taking my jumper off or something. And so they started walking like quite close to us. And then we just kind of kept walking back and these other girls noticed them. And they were like talking amongst themselves. Should we get a photo? Should we get a photo? And me and my friend were like, yeah, go. Because if they went and got a photo, we would follow behind them. We didn't want to be the ones to ask. So I
know, that's how I felt with Ollie. I regret not getting a photo with Ollie. I was heartbroken. And I was like to my partner, should I just go? Like, he's still just, like, he hasn't moved. And my partner was like, it's too far gone.
Yeah.
You've smiled at each other. You've waved at each other. It's awkward now. You need to let it go.
So it eventually ended up being that we walked past Clem and James, like 3 times.
I love that.
Before we got photos.
Well, I saw Mason Cox, but Collingwood football player, for those who don't know. I saw him leaving, and my dad is a massive Collingwood fan. All my family is, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I went and got a photo with him, and I was like, oh, this will do. I mean, not an F1 driver or F2 driver. This will do. Actually, I got a picture with Jack doing. Yeah, I met Jack. Got him to sign some more stuff. Yeah, I forgot about that. I met Jack, yeah.
Oh my God, I love Jack.
Yeah, I'll upload the picture. Oh my gosh. He looks so nice with his fluffy hair, and he shaved it all off again.
How dare he do this to us?
Like we said, where's his girlfriend? What is she doing?
Why isn't she doing?
Yelling at him?
Literally. Like, step up your game, woman.
In saying that, my partner, he had the long, nice, curly, fluffy hair too, and I love it. And then he shaves it and buzz cuts. I'm like, why? I'm like, I've told you no. He's like, okay. And I'm like, why?
That's the thing. You're like,
you can't stop them. They can't be tamed.
Yeah,
they can't be tamed.
I told you 100 times no, and you did it anyway.
Yeah, no, can't be tamed.
Jack definitely seems like one of those guys that's like, you know what? You can tell me, but I'm not going to listen. Do it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel her pain because my partner has done the exact same thing like 3 times now, and I'm like, dude, you got to stop. Like, just let the girls grow. But I tend to find that a lot of blokes, like, I just want to shake my head. I'm like, why? Why?
I think Jack claims it's like racing, like
yes, I think he has
speed and stuff like that. But like, come on, the fluffy hair.
Oh, funny. I'd love to know what effect it has on racing. If you guys know, tell us because I haven't researched that far in.
Weight.
How much does hair weigh?
Not that much. It's milliseconds that it takes off, but like, you know, everything counts.
Apparently so.
Yeah. So I met Clem and James. She met Jack.
Yeah.
Surely we get Clem and James and Marcus on the pod.
We're going to have to do a lot more. Lot more promoting, a lot more getting up there.
And then we get invited to screaming meals.
Could you imagine? Probably, yeah, I don't know if they'd want us, but
they probably would
convince them. We'll get there. Just give us some time to do a bit more.
Yeah. What podcast could we make it on? Going Purple?
This one? Our own.
What about Going Purple? I feel like Lissy...
I know there's a podcast. I'm not sure who actually runs it. I haven't actually looked into it. I only stumbled across it this weekend. But there's a lady who does one based on women coming into motorsports and stuff.
Oh.
She might take us if we have any factual things if she finds us interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably not. That's fine.
Probably not. No one's gonna take us on.
I'll take us on. That's fine.
We'll take us on.
Yeah, we're betting on ourselves here.
I mean, we've been rambling for like.
We have. We should probably get close to wrapping it up because I think it's almost been.
It's 2:15.
Yeah.
So it's been like.
And we did plan on doing a Twitch, and you have to leave soon, so we should probably get.
So I guess with that, 2 actual highlights of the weekend, and we won't get sidetracked this time. And then
2 of my favourite highlights. Throughout the whole weekend.
Throughout the whole weekend.
Ooh. Seeing Arthur's first podium was very exciting. Especially because I watched the F2 and that was a really good race. I was sad to see Jack Crawford out really suddenly. That was a bit heartbreaking. And Oscar, home points.
Yeah.
Points his first home race. Good on him.
Yeah.
Tough race of everything that went on, but I still think it was well deserved. He did pretty good. Those are probably my 2 real quick snips.
Your 2s?
Yeah.
I'd say mine. What were mine? This is really difficult.
This
by
is
the
meant
way.
to be a quick.
I
fire.
think. I guess seeing Lewis back on the podium.
Yeah.
Was definitely like a highlight for me. Like I love Lewis, and I was really disappointed in his last season, as was everyone else.
I was going to say, as was a lot of people.
As was everyone else. So I think seeing him back on the podium was really exciting. And then being able to see the F2 and the F3 cars actually on track.
Oh, for the first time in Australia as well. Yeah, definitely.
Like, I never really watched much of it before, but like actually seeing them in person was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, cool to see them for the first time ever. That was really interesting.
So, yeah, we have rambled at you for way too long.
Thank you if you have listened for the whole time or if you've given up. We have a lot we've already planned. We're very excited to do this and work together and bring out some pretty cool content for you guys. And
for sure.
We're really keen.
Loads of fun.
Yeah, this is the beginning of something really, really, really good, I think.
Stay tuned.
Yes. And we'll see you next time on Girls on the Paddock. In the Paddock. I keep messing it up. We'll figure it out eventually. We're Girls in the Paddock. You will see us in the paddock one day once our savings has gone up.
In our dreams.
Yes. Awesome. See you guys.